The 100K a month checklist no one gives you and nobody is talking about. What actually needs to exist before 100K months become stable, repeatable, and livable? If you are a coach, consultant, agency owner watching this video and you're about to scale to 100K a month, you're about to switch on ads, you're about to get to your first 50K and you know it's really easy for you to get to first 100K, or you are just about to get over 100K a month, you definitely 100% need to watch this video till the end. There's no negotiables. I scaled to 100K a month already in my business. Okay, that was a couple of years ago. And what happened once I got to 100K a month was a disaster. Okay, and I don't want this happen to you. And I see a lot of people are preaching 100K months, 100K months, 100K months. Look, my business is doing 150. On the outside, listen, it all looks amazing. It looks really beautiful. It looks sexy on the outside. The guy's making 100, 150K, get to the 100, let me scale your business to the 100. All looks sexy. Once you get to the 100 and you don't have the things that I will be discussing inside of this actual video, you are signing a contract with your business for a death sentence. And that's exactly what happened to me. Okay? I was stuck in my business. I was not actually stuck, trapped inside of my business. I was working more hours than I should be working. There was nights that I absolutely couldn't sleep, stressed out of the head, and I tried to really handle everything because I was at such a level at 100K. So what you really need to understand, at that level, the game completely changes. 100K months is not anymore a small man's game. It's getting like a bigger man's game. And you are sitting in a race car. And if you don't understand, if you don't have no understanding of the frameworks of how to actually drive, you don't understand how you need to, what direction you need to follow on the track. You don't understand what the mentor is trying to tell you on the other side of the radio when he's actually talking to you, guiding you through the track, right? When you don't know how to overcome and overtake different competitors on the same track, if you don't know how to take a distance, if you don't know how to act when rain happens, if you don't know how to act when heat happens, when you don't know how to act when actual cold happens, you are destined to crash, right? Because for racers, it's not only that they need to understand how to drive. There's a lot of other technical things that go in, especially also mindset. But this is not about mindset video, just to let you know. There's a lot of things that go in order for you to race at that high level, okay? And so once you get to that level, it's like you literally what you are doing, you're going from drug racing, like street racing, and you are stepping into actual professional racing. Okay, where people are doing it for actual living and they're driving at really high speeds. And then you even can turn up a notch and you can go to Formula F1. It completely becomes a different animal, okay? So, why did I make this video and why this is so important for you to watch, okay? Most people talk about 100K month like it's a finish line, right? You probably hear it, hey, scale your business to 100K. Like, I'm scaling my business 100K, I just got to 100K a month. Like everybody preaches it. You probably have heard on the internet like, hey, I'm making 100K a month and I now have their exact system that can scale your business to get to 100K a month, right? I can guarantee you that 99% of these people that have scaled to 100K experience what I experienced and they don't want to even tell you about it, okay? It sounds sexy, but it's actually not. 100K is sexy if you know what you are doing once you get to 100K and you know how to maintain it. If you don't know how to maintain it, you don't have the right things inside of your business that I'm going to let you discover inside of this video, you are destined to fail, okay? So most people talk about 100K a month like it's the finish line. It's actually not. It's a stress test. I worked with the many service business owners who hit 100K a month once and then spend the next year trying to survive it, okay? Like I have many times been when coach, consultants, and agency owners come to me and they have a business that got to 100K like, I don't know, 7-8 months ago, and they said, hey, I literally had to stop everything because of this like inconsistencies in my business, of how my business is actually designed. I'm going to discuss this in this actual video anyway, but yeah. But it's what you need to understand is that you can get to 100K, but the question is, can you maintain it? Can you sustain it? Okay, that's the biggest question. Like you get to 100K, you maybe think, okay, like really sexy, right? I got to 100K, I thought, okay, my life is gonna change. It didn't change, right? It got even heavier. So this video exists because nobody explains what changes at this level, nobody tells you what actually breaks, and nobody gives you the real actual checklist that you need, and this is why I created this video. By end of this video, by end of this training, you will understand, number one, why 100K months feel heavier than expected, what actually separates 10K, 30K, and 100K businesses, and the real checklist most people skip and never give you, because when they get to the 100K, it hit them exactly the same it hit me, and they didn't understand what is actually happening, okay? And that's the reason nobody's actually talking about this checklist, okay? What must be built before revenue can actually stay at 100K a month? And number five, how to grow without burning out or losing control, okay? This is not how to get rich video. This is how to not destroy your own personal life while growing your business type of video, okay? So a story that sets a context. I was once actually in a mastermind and I connected with one kind of like a savvy business owner. And a couple months later, he kind of gave me a call and he was like, hey, Rob, I just hit 100K last month because we're kind of catching up a little bit. But I never been more stressed out of my head, he said. And I was like, why? Because it was like I was working nonstop, fixing problems every single day, handling sales, delivery, and decisions, afraid to actually slow down. And there were times when his team would be calling him in the middle of the night, telling like, hey, we don't know how to do this, we don't know how to do that. And he was like, I need your help, because there's business, there's literally deadlines involved inside of like fulfilling clients. And there were so many things that he needed to do that he was just totally stressed out of his head, sometimes waking up at night and be like, how can I make this currently work, okay? And listen, from the outside, it seems like you're winning, right? You make the 100K. Like he even told me, like, I spoke to some of my friends, I spoke to some other business friends that are currently like 20, 30K, 40K, and I was at 100K and everybody was kind of clapping hands and congratulating because I was looking successful on the outside. But what I didn't understand, like, how fragile inside the business, the infrastructure and everything felt. It felt like you could actually collapse one day. I didn't tell them that because like they wouldn't understand, but like it felt so fragile because while they were clapping hands, I was trying to really handle everything under pressure, okay? And that's when I realized something speaking to him, okay? Because I realized what happened to me and I knew that that's happening currently to him as well, okay? You see, most people don't fail to reach the 100K month. They fail to actually hold on to that 100K month, okay? Because they were never given the real checklist. They were never given the right structure, the right design of the business, how it actually has to be designed in order for you to actually keep the 100K month and consistently perform at 100K month, okay? So the core truth, and this sets the actual frame, right? Here's the truth most people don't hear. 100K month is not about doing more. It's about doing actually less correctly. I know that you may be thinking, and some of you may be thinking that even maybe are not to 100K, be thinking that, yeah, I get to 100K a month and I'm going to be doing more, okay? It's going to be more involved. Once I scale, it's like my business is scaling. It should take more of my time, right? No. Once you are scaling, your business should take less of the time because you're understanding the leverage that your business is actually giving, okay? If you try to reach 100K months by adding more tactics, working longer hours, or stacking strategies, you might touch it. You will definitely be at the point where you feel like you don't want to run the business, okay? But you may touch 100K, but you won't keep 100K. I'm just gonna let you know. You're gonna be at the same point where I was, and it felt so uncomfortable. Like there was nothing to do with really discipline. It's just when you look at things and you don't understand what's working, what's not working, how you can handle this. Like there's consistent pressure to fulfill clients and everything, right? It's completely a different ball game, okay? Just want to let you know. So watch this video till the end. We're going to get to the good part. I'm going to walk you through all the checklist, walk you through all the systems and everything that I have inside my business and that you need to have in order for you to maintain the 100K a month, okay? So why most people get stuck under 30K months first, okay? Before we go into the checklist, you need to a little bit of contrast. 10 to 30K month businesses run on founder effort, rely on hustle, tolerate chaos, and survive on adrenaline, right? This works at small scale. You can pump Red Bulls, you can, like I did that. I drink Red Bulls, energy drinks, you're listening to like deep work music, you're hustling throughout the night, you're going, it's all good, right? 10, 30K months, probably doable, easy doable, scalable. to 30, from 10 to 30, you can scale like that, okay? This works at small scale, but once you get guys to 100K a month, it's like you will need maybe 100 liters of that Red Bull, okay? And it's probably not even doable. So at 100K, chaos multiplies, mistakes are expensive, effort starts to collapse, okay? The rules totally change because at 100K a month, you come to a point at 100K a month where you understand, like, hold on, like my energy is not gonna make this work. And just by putting more energy, I will eventually get burnt out, okay? So the 100K a month checklist, the real one, okay? This is not about tools, this is about structure. We will go layer by layer so you understand, and I gave you absolutely everything. Okay, let's start with the first one. So the checklist item number one primary acquisition system. At 100K a month, you cannot rely on random referrals, inconsistent content, a bit of everything. You must have one main way leads come in, one predictable source of demand, and one system you understand deeply. Not 5 funnels, not 6 strategies, not 8 DM setters, right? One engine. One engine. So you cannot have like one funnel, you run a little bit of ads, then you get like appointment setters, they're doing also, and then you have a little bit of content, then you have referrals, and then you go like you're doing all this Jumanji stuff. This is not gonna work. Okay, if you want to really scale to 100K a month, it's like one actual way of you getting leads, one predictable source of demand, one system you understand deeply. Okay, so if demand feels random, 100K a month will feel really unstable and really fragile. Okay, so checklist item number 2, clear qualification. This is huge. At 100K a month, bad clients are really expensive, and so I'm gonna get into this a little bit now. I had one of my clients said, like, how do you know when you have a bad client? Okay, how do you know when you have a bad client? He was my client, and I would say like about 3-4 years ago, I had a client. He said, like, because I was mostly teaching him on business structures and the business type of mentality you need to have, and more about mindset coaching. I was helping him because that was a different business I was in. But he asked me a question. He said, how do I know if I have the qualified buyer? Like, what makes a buyer qualified? And here's what you need to understand. When you have a good client, the risk of fulfilling them is much lower than fulfilling an unqualified buyer. That's how you should look about it. Don't look at it that they have the unqualified lead has less money and the qualified lead has more money. Don't look at it that way. What you need to understand is here, that's the wrong way of looking at it. The way you need to look at it is that a better lead has a less risk to actually fulfill them. A worse lead has a higher risk to actually fulfill them, and you're more likely to get a refund out of it. Okay? So that's how you need to look at it. So for me, a qualified lead is who has a really low risk ratio when it comes to actual fulfillment. Because I can actually scale, I understand ins and outs, and I can easily scale. A low quality lead comes in, their entire business is broken, right? They don't have a clear ICP. The offer is not really tight enough, right? It's not really valid. It's validated, kind of like there is attraction, demand, but what I'm saying, like, it's not tight where he's like building demand consistently, right? So he needs to tighten that. He doesn't have a funnel. There is no tracking. Everything is living in his own head. He's trying to like memorize things. His fulfillment is all over the place as well. It's like he fulfills how he feels on the day. That for me is a bad lead, right? Even if he pays me 50K a month, I wouldn't even take it. Reason for it is because it's just so much goes into actually making sure that client works out, okay? And if I have to put my guarantee on the line, I don't even take 50K. Without the guarantee, and if I have, like, say, 6 months, 7 months to build a system for them, yes, I would take the client because there's no guarantee and we would do it in the right way, right? But other than that, no. So for me, the difference between a good and a bad lead is that a good lead has less risk ratio when it actually comes to fulfillment. A bad lead has a high risk ratio when it comes to actually fulfillment. So they're more likely to take a refund, okay? So you must know who should not buy, who breaks delivery, and who drains actual time. Your system must repel them early. If you are still convincing people to buy, you're not ready for 100K a month, okay? High revenue requires clean filtering. So checklist item number 3, sales process that doesn't depend on you. If sales only close when you are on the call, you handle objections, and you rescue deals, you are the actual bottleneck inside of your business. And I please, please do not scale at 100K a month. Please. I just ask you politely, I beg you, do not scale to 100K a month. Because once you're going to get to 100K a month, you're going to be so confused of what's working, what's not working. Like, there's so much involved, it will be a disaster for you, okay? It's better to stay at 10K, 20K, and just do that rather than going with the same mindset, with the same business into 100K and trying to get it to 100K. Your business will break. I can guarantee you, okay? So if you are the bottleneck, don't do it. At 100K a month, sales must be calm, repeatable, and structured, okay? You should be able to step away without revenue collapsing. If you currently step away from your business and your business stops, like, you are 1,000,000% not ready to scale to 100K a month. But if you walk away and your business is still like can maintain the same revenue, there's still like fulfillment is good, like, or even okay, you can scale, okay? But if you step away and your business is collapsing and nothing is happening, you shouldn't be even thinking about scaling to 100K a month. What you should be thinking about is how you can actually fix all the systems inside. Checklist item number 4, delivery that survives volume. This is something that, like, the majority, I would see most ads on the internet about scale, 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 more clients, more clients, more clients. I have never seen a single ad speaking about actually how we can fix your delivery so you can actually survive volume, which is super important, okay? Because most coach consultants and agency owners, most of my clients, when they come, they don't have a fulfillment system that it can actually double the volume tomorrow. Most coaches are doing one-on-ones, consultants are like doing hourly rates, which is like they're already maxed out on the time anyway. And I have some agencies that they can take volume, but it's really heavy for them to take. And then I have some coaches that are like kind of have some things automated, but they're still not fully to take like double the volume next day, okay? So what you need to ask yourself, what breaks when volume increases, where does quality drop, and where do you step back in? If the delivery currently requires your constant presence, custom fixes, emotional labor, 100K months will absolutely exhaust you and destroy you from inside and outside. So delivery must be documented, standardized, and capacity aware. If this is not currently happening inside of your business, you shouldn't even think about 100K a month, okay? So checklist item number 5, clear roles, including yours. 100K month confusion is really expensive. Everyone must know what they own, what decisions they make, and what do they not touch, okay? Most importantly, your role must change. You are still the main seller, the main deliverer, the main problem solver. Your business will stall and you will burn out, okay? Checklist item number 6, control numbers, not vanity metrics. You must know clearly cost to acquire a client, close rate, margins, delivery capacity, and breakpoints. If you don't know these, you are just guessing. And guessing at 100K a month is 1,000,000% really dangerous. And you shouldn't even think about switching on ads right now at this moment to scale to 100K a month, because I can guarantee you, you will not be even capable of taking the capacity of fulfilling the clients at 100K a month, okay? Even if in your mind you think, no, it's all possible. Believe me, once you're going to get to the point, it's going to really become really difficult, right? Because the next month to hit 100K, you are adding more clients on top of the last month clients, okay? So think about it. You are on compounding, and eventually you will break. So checklist item number 7, decision rules, right? This saves your brain. Super important, right? Like from all of this checklist, the most important is, like, I would say decision rules, then and delivery, okay? These would be my top takes from this. But anyway, all the other things still matter, okay? So decision rules. At 100K a month, decision fatigue kills founders. You need rules, boundaries, and policies. Also SOPs, system operation protocols, okay? So decisions don't live inside of your head, they're actually executed. This creates speed, calm, and consistency as well inside of you, and protects your energy as well. Super important, right? Checklist item number 8, time protection, non-negotiable, right? If you don't protect your time, burnouts comes, quality drops, and resentment grows. 100K month, businesses that last, schedule thinking time, schedule rest, and schedule family. This is not laziness, it's sustainability, right? Because if you just work, at some point, maybe not this month, not the next month, not the third month, but eventually you will start to feel, okay, my energy is currently in a decline. My motivation has dropped as well, and my consistency also is dropping. And as you keep going, because you need to maintain the same time, it just keeps dropping, and at some point you just burn out, okay? So remember this. Think of 100K month like flying a plane. Early stage, you can manually adjust everything. Later stage, you need instruments. Without instruments, turbulence feels scary, small issues feel like emergencies. And your systems are the main instruments, okay? What to do if you're not ready yet? This is important. You do not rush this checklist, you build it before actually scaling, right? So go to, again, this video, watch all the checklist items, right? We have checklist item 1 primary acquisition system, item 2, clear qualification, item 3, sales process that doesn't depend on you, item 4, delivery that survives volume, checklist item 5, clear roles, 6, control numbers, 7, decision rules, checklist number 8, time protection, okay? Now, what to do if you're not ready yet? This is important. You do not rush the checklist, you build it before actually scaling. Ask what is missing right now, what breaks under the pressure, where do I still do everything inside of the business. Then fix one layer at a time. Don't try to fix everything, fix one layer at a time, okay? And that's how 100K month becomes calm instead of actually chaotic. So the wisdom most people learn too late. 100K month doesn't change who you are, it reveals who you really are inside of the business and how savvy of a business operator you really are, okay? It reveals your weak systems, weak boundaries, and weak roles. The goal is not to reach 100K a month, the goal is to enjoy it when you get there, okay? Most people chase 100K a month, very few build the businesses required to hold on to 100K a month, okay? The difference is not talent, it's design. And if you build a checklist first, revenue will follow. So it's super important, right? Most of us are dreaming about 100K a month, but we don't have the right systems to actually get there. So you need to have the right systems, because the moment you get there with the right systems, you have the right clarity, you have right design, right SOPs and everything inside a business. It's like a cup of tea, having a cup of tea, because then you can actually scale, okay? Now, if your business currently, you really want to get to 100K a month and you're like, hey, I really need somebody to help me to go through this. What we offer is it's no salesy, there's absolutely no sales involved in this. We offer a free diagnostic call, okay? A free diagnostic call in the description. Link is in the description. You can jump on that call. We will diagnose your entire business, okay? And if you are a really good fit, let's say you are a good fit, we're gonna show you what systems you need to install, and you'll be like, hey, can you install the systems for me? We can even do that for you. If that's what you want, we can do that on the call. We can discuss what it looks like, and then we can also discuss what it looks like if we are partnering up. But if you come to the call, we will diagnose your entire business, tell you what's missing, show you your biggest bottlenecks, and you will leave the call with 100% clarity of knowing what you actually need inside of your business, okay? Now, another thing is, because I'm currently trying to help as much business owners as I possibly can with content like this, and this content helped you, please like it, subscribe to my channel. It will help you with the algorithm to help more people to see this, so then when they are trying to scale to 100K a month, they can really know what exactly they need in order for them to get there, okay? So subscribe, like this video, and also comment down below if you are maybe having issue in a business that you would like me to make content about.